A very common question type in exams is how you transform this rectangular hyperbola here into something of this form. And in actual fact, every single equation of the form y equals ax add b over cx add d is actually a rectangular hyperbola that has been moved somehow or transformed from the basic y equals 1 over x. So what we got here, just looking at it on the graph, source desmos.com, this is y equals 1 over x, here is the origin, and this green graph here is the graph y equals minus 8x minus 44 over x plus 5. And what we got to do is we have got to give the steps for how the brown graph, y equals 1 over x, is transformed into the green graph. Okay, now the first thing we got to do is that we have to divide in order to get this in the form of a constant a add something b over something involving x, and then we can start to transform it. So what we're going to do is here we're going to do a little bit of division here. So we need to do minus 8x minus 44 over x plus 5. We need to divide that, so let's just do it in the traditional long division method, minus 8x minus 44. Well, x plus 5 into minus 8x minus 44 goes minus 8, and then multiplying those is minus 8x minus 40. Take one away from the other, gives us minus 4, because minus 44 minus 4 is minus 4. And so therefore, minus 8x minus 44 over x minus 5 equals minus 8 minus 4 over x plus 5. Okay, and now what we can do, we actually now want to transform y equals 1 over x. We want to transform that into y equals minus 8 minus 4 over x plus 5. And now we can begin to start doing this. Okay, so actually I'm going to show you 4 methods. There's not only one method that you can do to transform this graph into this one. There's an infinite number. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 4. So let's have a look. Method 1, we are first of all going to get y equals 1 over x. And we are going to reflect it in the x-axis. And to do that, we replace y by minus y, i.e. that gives us minus y equals 1 over x, or y equals minus 1 over x. That's step 1. Step 2, we are going to translate the graph that way by 5, which means that we replace x by x plus 5, i.e. y equals minus 1 over x plus 5. Then that's step 2 there, and that one is step 1. So step 3 here is we are going to stretch 4 in the y direction parallel to the y-axis, and that to do that we replace y by y over 4 equals minus 1 over x plus 5, i.e. y equals minus 4 over x plus 5. And remember, this is what we want to get to, so we're almost there now. And then step 4, what we're going to do is we're going to translate 8 downwards, which means we replace y by y over 8, i.e. y plus 8 equals minus 4 over x plus 5, or y equals minus 4 over x plus 5 minus 8, which is our translated graph. So that is one way of doing it. Okay, but we're going to give some more methods, because this certainly isn't the only way. So let's have another look here, get a bit of clear space here. So let's have a look at method 2. All of these are exactly the same. So y equals 1 over x. So first of all, let's translate 5 that way, which means we replace x by x plus 5. So that gives us y equals 1 over x plus 5. And then step 2 would be to translate by 2 upwards, which means that we replace y by y minus 2. And then step 3 would be to reflect in the x-axis, so reflect in the x-axis, i.e. we replace y by minus y, so that gives us minus y minus 2 equals 1 over x plus 5, or y equals minus 1 over x plus 5 minus 2. And then D4, we stretch by 4 parallel to the y-axis, which means we replace y by y over 4. So y over 4 equals minus 1 over x minus 5 minus 2, or y equals, so that's minus 1 over x, y equals minus 4 over x add 5 minus 8, which again is exactly the same that we just had there. So that's another method. Now, if you think about it, these are pretty much the same, because what we're doing, if we just go back to our start here, what we're doing to any point here is we're moving it basically 5 that way, which is how we're getting our middle point to be there. And then what we're doing is we need to basically translate and stretch the y so that the point moves down to here. And so, just to give an example, to reflect a point in the x-axis, just moves this point from, say, here to here, and then stretching it moves it up that way or down that way, and then adding moves it either up that way or down that way. So in the first example, we stretched it first and then translated it by 8. And in the second example, we translated it by 2, then reflect it, and then translate and then stretch it by 4. Either way, it gives exactly the same answer. Now, in actual fact, there are some more methods we could do. So let's just do another couple of methods. Method 3, let's start with y equals 1 over x. So step 1, let's translate 5 that way. So that gives us y equals 1 over x plus 5. Step 2, well, why not let's stretch 4 in the parallel to the y-axis, and that would give us y over 4 equals 1 over x plus 5, i.e. y equals 4 over x plus 5. And then step 3, what we could do is we could translate it 8 in that direction, i.e. replacing y by y minus 8, so that's y minus 8 equals 4 over x plus 5, or y equals 4 over x plus 5 add 8. And then step 4, as I'm sure you're all one step ahead of me, just reflect in the x-axis, which gives us y, that's replacing y by minus y, i.e. y equals minus 4 over x add 5 minus 8, which again is our transformed graph. And then let's just do one final way. Let's start with y equals 1 over x, and let's translate it 5 that way, which gives us y equals 1 over x plus 5, and then let's number 2, why not stretch by 2. Now again, I'm just playing around with this in the parallel to the y-axis, so that is y over 2 equals 1 over x plus 5. The whole point I'm trying to make here is that there are multiple ways of getting from one graph to another by transformations. And then step 3, what we could do is we could translate upwards by 4, which means replace y by y minus 4, so that'd be y minus 4 equals 2 over x plus 5, or y equals 4 add 2 over x plus 5. Then step 4, what we could do is we could stretch it by 2 in the parallel to the y-axis, which again gives us y over 2 equals 4 add 2 over x add 5, or y equals 8 add 4 over x add 5. And then I can hear you all clamouring, you know what we're going to do finally? We're going to then reflect in the x-axis. I replace y by minus y, which gives us y equals minus 8 minus 4 over x plus 5. So there's 4 different ways that we can do it here. And in actual fact, there's an infinite number of ways, but these are the 4 different ways. All you need to do is basically, first of all, get it into this form, and once you've got it in this form, you just need to look at your reflections and your translations. Okay, well, look, I hope you found this useful. If you have, please like the video by pressing a little thumbs up and subscribe to the Gresti Academy YouTube channel. Thank you.